Happy Taco Tuesday! Well, today is a glorious Taco Tuesday because tonight I'm gonna enjoy a taco bowl. Oh, yes. Gonna enjoy some beef with some hot sauce, with some rice, with some cheese. My stomach might be on fire later tonight, but hey, it's how I am going to be choosing to spend my Taco Tuesday. Last Taco Tuesday, I ended up doing, what did I do? Oh, man. Well, I did drink a lot of alcohol last Tuesday, so it's really one of those things. Kind of really forgot, but I think it was either beef or shrimp, or that may have been the previous one. To be honest, it pretty much felt like the entire week just pretty much just flew right by. And, well, something that pretty much did not fly by was this wretched 99 that Nightmare ended up draining about, give or take, about 160 million GP into the skill. If it was not for doing birdhouse runs and making a lot of side GP on this game, well, I would have seen a significant hit in my RuneScape bank, but then again, I play this game very conservatively and differently than a lot of people. I'd rather conserve my wealth to buy other items, which we're going to be doing, actually, probably early next month. I'm going to be upgrading a lot of my weapons, because right now, it's full-fledged force to 99 Slayer, and I'm going to be passively doing agility on the side. Trying to do an hour agility a day, but I'm finding out that agility really sucks. Oh, it definitely does. And if you are one of those agility mother-humping, loving people out there, well, you're crazy. I mean, people call me crazy because I hoard GP on this game, but I mean, I think you're crazy if you enjoyed agility. It is definitely hard to do agility and watch a movie. It's not the easiest. I mean, I can do Slayer. I can do prayer and watch some movies. I can definitely. I'm actually in the process right now of rewatching all the oh, what am I watching? All the Scream movies. And then on my list, I gotta watch all the VHS movies. Scream, obviously a mainstream, well-known, like, you know, slasher movie. VHS is a little, it's like a B-rated cult-type movie. There's like 7 of those movies now, which is unreal. I've only seen 5, and apparently 2 more just came out, like, within the last year. So I definitely have a lot of movie catching up to, even though it's post-Halloween and early Thanksgiving. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who came and saw me get 99 prayer. We had a mosh pit this past weekend. We did a 12-hour live stream Saturday. It was really good. I mean, the last 2 hours, I ended up caving and I got hammered. I had some White Claws. And then I ran out of tonic water for some gin tonic, so I had to use gin and water. Ugh. I mean, thousands, okay, maybe not thousands, tens of years ago, people used to drink liquor with, like, water, believe it or not, before, like, Jack and Cokes came along, before gin tonics came along, before vodka sodas came along. What else do we have out there? Tequila sunrises. So any, like, sugary mixer that you can really think of, yeah, decades ago, before all that stuff was invented, people were just using water, which is crazy to think about, like, as a mixer, but I've never been one to actually drink gin neat before. I can drink whiskey neat. I can drink vodka neat. I actually take shots of vodka, Absolute or Kettle One. But when it comes to, like, gin, I gotta really mix it. And then I just love the savory taste of, well, you know, gin tonics. But hopefully everyone's gonna have a great Taco Tuesday. And like I said, today I just want to say thank you first off, in the beginning portion of this video pod, whatever you want to call it, and it was a great time. We made RuneScape gains during the 12-hour live stream. Right now, I can actually go and fight the Kraken. I do not have a Kraken task just yet, but I'm going to be doing probably live streaming. If not tomorrow, definitely Thursday. And we're definitely going to have a Kraken task because I have some points saved up. So, I mean, hey, I'll probably just use them just like how I use them to get an Abyssal Demon task. But definitely really excited. Going to be a while before I have another 99 party. If I do 1 hour agility per day, keeping the numbers fairly conservative, I'm looking maybe at 40k EXP per day. So that's about like 1.2 mil EXP per month. I've been slacking though, so I gotta put my bum in motion and really start grinding out agility. But yeah, Slayer is gonna be a while. But I only got 299s. I got 499s left. I don't know why I just said 2. I'm working on 2, but I got 499s left, and they're going to definitely take me all the way into the later part of 2025, which, I mean, it's whatever. I'm a busy human being. I'm not like some of you all that can play RuneScape 10 hours out of the day, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, that's not my life anymore. My life is really consisting of playing RuneScape maybe 2-3 hours per day. So, with that being said, whoa, we're going to be talking about some RuneScape 3 stuff now, believe it or not. Double EXP Live used to be called Double EXP Weekend. How many of you all remember that terminology? We're actually going to get to the history here momentarily about Double EXP weekends, because it is a blast from the past, especially if you've experienced the progression from RuneScape. Well, especially if you've been playing since RuneScape Classic, which I have not, entered June 2005, so RuneScape 2. But the progression over the years is definitely just, it's crazy. The game has pretty much, moved on. So, Double EXP Live starts Friday, November 15th, and you get 10 days to use 48 hours of EXP. Believe it or not, it's actually harder than it sounds. I would always do 24-hour live streams for these events when I was streaming full-time back during 2014 up until 2019. And it would always be a great turnout, great, fun time. One time I ended up doing a 48-hour live stream, February of 2018. The craziest thing I've ever done live streaming was that. Craziest thing on YouTube is definitely the chainsawing door down. Absolutely. But yeah, it honestly feels like this was like utterly like yesterday. But it does happen every 3 months. You get 4 Double EXP live events on RuneScape 3. It's a great way for Jagex to bring back people for a month or two with membership. People buy bonds. It's all about microtransactions. It's all about marketing. If you don't play RuneScape 3, but if you have a RuneScape 3 account, it's one of those things where I tell people all the time, I'm like, you'd be foolish not to just utilize this for, like, really playing. Because we're going to be talking more into this video soon, but I really do consider myself to be retired on RuneScape 3. The only thing that I do every day for 1 hour is, like, AFK DKs. 1 hour, 1 dungeon, and I make 40 to 80 mil per hour, slowly growing my bank, but inflation ultimately wins at the end of the day. However, yes, I will be doing a lot of streaming for Double EXP Live. I haven't streamed RuneScape 3 since I started streaming again, but I know a lot of you all have been saying, hey, you should throw in some RuneScape 3, because I get it. I still have quite a few people that do play RuneScape 3 over old RuneScape that still watches. it really does suck how the communities are really divided. Um, but it's one of those things where, like, I love my RuneScape accomplishments and I love what I built on my account. Personally, I'm not just gonna throw away my achievements on RuneScape 3 and go all in on old school RuneScape. Made that decision back in 2013 when RuneScape 3 came out. EOC was November 2012. So, yeah, if I could do it again, would I do things a little differently? When it comes to video making, maybe be heavier on the old school RuneScape, because obviously old school RuneScape videos gets a lot more views. But, okay, so let's go ahead and close out of here. Whoopsies. Close out of here really quickly, because I actually found this to be very fascinating. And this is pretty much the history of Double EXP on RuneScape 3. And this is where maybe some of you all will remember this. Maybe some of you all will not. I actually remember this down to the T. And I was doing 99 smithing with gauntlets. And I actually could not take advantage of this. So the first time ever in the history of RuneScape that Jagex did a Double EXP event was actually, I don't know why I had my headphones in. We're not listening to Daniel Tidwell smash some Mortal Kombat music. Daniel Tidwell is coming out with a new album. He was actually on live stream with me for a good chunk. We were talking for a couple hours. Such a good time. The live stream is posted on Twitch if any of you guys want to check it out. But 26 February 2010. Wow. That brings back a lot of memories. A lot of memories. Well, actually, hang on one second. There's multiple different dates here. Okay, announcement date, start date, end date. My bad. So this was when they announced it. Wow, Jagex is actually tracking a lot of stuff. So 12 March 2010, RuneScape 2. You had 3 days, essentially. And what happened was you got a double EXP multiplier that was actually more than double EXP. So it lasted for 10 hours. And the entire game went totally bananas. The entire game went nuts. And I believe that I do have a video on it. I gotta double check once we get done diving in here. But the entire game found ways to utilize the best EXP. So the first hour out of the 10 hours, after 7 hours, a player would be down to 1.1. Actually, no, it was less. Okay, yeah, the first 10 hours. Okay. So the first hour out of 10 hours, you got 2.7 EXP. So you would do the highest amount of double EXP in that 1 hour. Then it would go down to 2.5, 2.3, 2.1, 1.9, 1.7, 1.5, 1.3, 1.1, and until you used all your double EXP up. Or rather, it got down to a point where it really wasn't even double EXP anymore. And this was back in 2010. So RuneScape 2. And the community loved it, believe it or not. There was actually not a lot of pushback within the RuneScape community. I made a video on it. I'm pretty sure I said, hey, this is great. This is like a big reward. RuneScape was definitely growing in a lot of aspects. Not to mention my channels were getting more views than ever. RuneScape content creators were coming left and right. So there was a lot of momentum up in the game. People saw that the game was growing and the developers actually gave a hoot about them. So then the next one was September. So you had March goes September. That's about give or take 6 months-ish, I believe. And this was similar to the same thing. The bonus EXP weekend was originally started to run 3, but didn't actually end until September. It was similar to the first bonus EXP weekend, but the multiplier mechanics that were mentioned prior to the first weekend rather than those actually used during when players logged in, they could check their bonus EXP, time elapsed. So pretty much the same thing. So during this event, I actually was able to utilize my EXP. Dungeoneering did not receive a bonus. Yeah, that was terrible. Same thing with like smithing gauntlets. You didn't get anything as well. And I don't believe prayer also gave you anything too. So then we go to March to do 15% EXP. I actually don't remember this. Yeah, I don't think I remember this one, but it was about every 6 months that Jagex was like really releasing stuff. And then they pretty much like went 2011 to March. Okay, so another 6 months. I actually don't remember this at all. Announced March, final. This was the final weekend to use the bonus EXP, and then the game completely changed. And then you had October 12, Halloween bonus EXP weekend. I mean, so many people ended up quitting because you had EOC coming out the next month. Not to mention the Squeal of Fortune was already here as well. I actually do remember this one. There was a lot of bad vibes in 2012. A lot of bad vibes. No double EXP weekends occurred 2013. Don't really remember that, but old school RuneScape was kicking off. And then 2014, it started with double EXP weekend where the stored bonus EXP, first double EXP weekend where the clan avatars bonus. Now that was October 2000. February was the first double EXP weekend, recruit a friend bonuses. So this is where microtransactions really started to play off significantly. Not to mention they were live streaming on their Twitch channel. So 2014 started double EXP weekends where the entire weekend was double EXP. And then I believe 2015 was still double EXP weekend. I was still doing 24-hour live streams for these things. I wonder when was it changed to EXP Live? Let's see. Double EXP, 3 days still. Invention skill, not affected double EXP weekend still. So, double EXP weekends gave you just the weekend to get your double EXP. However, now EXP Live is 10 days. So you have 10 days. So much better in my opinion. Because imagine if you're on vacation. Imagine if you're busy. NightmareRH is actually getting a haircut next week. Woohoo! Okay, so 2016, we're still on the weekend. Well, actually, this one's a little longer. February, double EXP weekends here. Okay, double EXP weekends. 2018, still double EXP weekends. When did double EXP Live start then? This is actually a little weird. 2019. 21 February. Okay, maybe I was live streaming during all these weekends. I'm not entirely sure. For some reason, I thought double EXP Live actually began a lot sooner, but apparently it didn't. So according to the wiki, well, actually, here we go. So, 2019, December. Unlike previous double EXP weekends, this event was spread out over the course of 10 days. So, 2019, it looks like players had 36 hours at the start of the event. The time ran down. 22 November. Okay, no, this was still it. Wow, it honestly probably was. Like the previous double EXP, this weekend was spread out over the course of 10 days. So I believe they did this because of COVID. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe it was just, a marketing ploy. But whatever reason, obviously making a double EXP Live, making it a 10-day event is much better. So 7 to 17 August, 6 to 16 November. So I guess it was a fairly recent thing. Wow. That's definitely... So it used to be just 72. So it used to be you had 3 days, I believe, to use like 48 hours of EXP. But now you have the luxury of 10 days. So I guess Double EXP Live is fairly new. I kind of thought for some reason it had began like when I was streaming full time, but apparently not. But yeah, that is like the overall history on the wiki. It's definitely like crazy to actually re-see some of these days because you get flooded with a bunch of memories. The nostalgia is hitting my penis. Alrighty now, let's go ahead and have a in-depth RuneScape 3 talk. And by the way, I'm definitely not bashing RuneScape 3 at all. Don't go start crying at old Nightmare here. Not that old. I don't know, man. 36. If I have too many buffalo, if I use more than a quarter of a cup of Buffalo Ranch hot sauce on a taco bowl, well, let me just say prayers and rest in peace for my toilet. Woo, it doesn't go very well. But yeah, this is definitely not a it's RuneScape 3 for me. I honestly feel like I'm lost in this game. And I mean, like, let me put it this way. I have some protein items that I'm going to be using during Double EXP Live. It literally just gives me EXP. I mean, I have so many 120s that you can use protein items on. Don't have 120 smithing just yet. Obviously, I'm going to be doing some mining during Double EXP Live. Necromancy is the big one. But then again, I don't even know how the hell to properly train Necromancy. I got 99 by logging on and using my meat spins, my treasure hunter keys, and over like 9 months I ended up getting 99. It's crazy. I just really do feel lost in this game, and I'm not the only person that feels this way, because I've talked to a lot of people, and I mean, sure, maybe some people are trolling and whatnot, maybe some people are actually being honest, but I really feel that a lot of people are just speaking their minds. And RuneScape, both versions of RuneScape, old school RuneScape, RS3, especially RuneScape 3, the updates come out like that. If you step away from the game because of life, whether that is life accomplishments or something happens in your life, God forbid for the worse, and you just can't, be on the game, or maybe you just don't, you're choosing not to play RuneScape and play a different game. There are times where if you don't keep up with the trends, you're gonna forget how to play the game. And I mean, I honestly don't even really know like what to do on RuneScape 3 anymore, which is the reason why for the last like 2 years ish, I mean, I guess I could get a Questcape, but I honestly don't even know where to go to check my boss kills anymore. It's actually, hang on one second, let's see. How many quick chat, public quick chat? Let's do this. Public quick chat. Where are you? Search. Public quick chat, search. Dagonoff Kings. I've killed, there we go. I've killed 36,371 Dagonoff Kings with 2 prestige worldwides. That's about 100 and something thousand kills of Dagonoff Kings. Where are you? Where are you, my little pets? Boss petting. Show you better example right here. Let's see. There we go. Examine and boom, baby. 156,000. That's like it's one of those things. It really is just one of those things that is like remarkable about RuneScape. But it is very factual. If you step away from this game for whatever reason, if you go on old school RuneScape and spend more time on there instead of RuneScape 3, as more and more updates come out and as new ways to play the game emerges, you kind of really get like into one of those like lost in the game cycle. Now, old school RuneScape is a different beast because old school RuneScape has that feeling of RuneScape 2 still. Please don't ever make it feel like RuneScape 3, Jagex developers. But you could play old school RuneScape as if you were to play RuneScape 2. I mean, theoretically, that's kind of what I do. That pretty much is what I do, actually. But as for RuneScape 3, you can't play RuneScape 3 like you would RuneScape 2. That would just be just nonsense. I love the word rubbish, even though I'm not from the UK, but I'll go ahead and use it. No, yes, it's a load of rubbish. A lot of people are English on this game. But another thing about RuneScape 3 is that there are just so many things out there. It really does scare away a lot of people. But for me personally, I think once I'm really done doing DKs, because I actually have like 200 clue scrolls to actually do, maybe that's going to do some stuff. But I mean, the last like 3 years, honestly, give or take, actually maybe like 2.5 years. No, it's actually almost 3 years. I've literally just been like AFKing DKs on this game because it's like really just the only thing that I have like motivation to do. It's very weird. But I'm not just gonna up and quit, RuneScape 3 or transfer all my GP over. That would just be completely stupid. I got loads of investment items on this game. That would be utterly nonsense and stupid. But I really do feel lost on RuneScape 3. And if any of you out there feel the same way, please comment below. And I definitely want to know if you still play this game, but I really feel that a lot of players that have definitely left RuneScape 3 has just really fallen behind, and it's very unfortunate. Is it bad or is it good that Jagex is releasing updates constantly? I honestly think it's a good thing, believe it or not. But there's cons to it, because if you don't pay attention to everything, then you get lost straight in the sauce. And it's not pasta sauce, it is diarrhea sauce. From eating way too much buffalo chicken spicy tacos. But there was a point in time on RuneScape, well over a decade ago, probably a decade and a half ago now, where there would only be one update per month. So people got a chance to really experiment the update. The boat was never really shooken. RuneScape 3's boat is a crazy tidal wave. But if you enjoy the tidal wave, then you're going to love it. And by all means, I mean, there's plenty of fun bosses to do on RuneScape 3, but RS3 is just like, it's a beast of its own. I'm just giving my opinion of how I feel on this game. I really do hope that doing clue scrolls are gonna like do something else for me in a way. Or maybe I honestly don't know, but I really have no intention of doing the new bosses on RuneScape 3. I'm not good on the game in that way. I'm really good in the terms of playing like The Sims. Oh yeah. Old school RuneScape, you can still play that game the same way, but old school RuneScape, like I said, you can still play it as RuneScape 2. However, apparently Iron Man mode is really fun on RS3. I've heard that from so many different people. Like a ton of people are like, hey, Iron Man is actually like really cool to do on this game. But for the time being, the only thing that I'm really doing on here is slowly growing my bank, getting 120s pretty much, and maybe someday I'll do, a whole bunch of quests. But yeah, that's really how I feel on this game, is that I am just really like lost in the gameplay. Hopefully, someday I never become really lost on old school RuneScape, because that would be very, very unfortunate. But who really knows? You take a long break from a game, and a ton of updates come out, and you're like, wow, I kind of forgot how to play this. But we'll see. Otherwise, let me know in some nasty, dirty little comments what your opinions are about if you feel lost on RuneScape 3, if you don't give a hoot about RuneScape 3, if you're going to be excited for Double XP Live. Otherwise, as always, please make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell, like this video. Have yourself a happy Taco Tuesday. I might not be making a new pod Thursday. Might have to wait until Friday, but either way, going to be recording and doing some streaming this week. All right, take it easy, everyone. Bye.